So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Today we're going to speak about a few players that are linked with moves to Arsenal in the January transfer window. We're actually going to start off with a report that Sky Sports are putting out there that suggests that Mikel Arteta has £0, 0 pence of money available to him in the January transfer window. This is the same Sky Sports that said Arsenal can't spend 72 million on Nicola Pepe. They've got no money. I don't know how they're going to do this. And Cava, whatever his name, Sky Cava or whatever his name is, somebody put a tweet out when we signed Pepe or when we agreed the fee with Pepe and Lille. And they zoomed straight in on his face, and he was going, "Oh, but they've structured the payments. They've done this. They've done that." Well, yes, big up Sky Cava, bruv. Welcome to reality. Every football club on the planet structures payments. It's called amortization, my friend. Yeah, you structure a payment. So, unless it's Cristiano Ronaldo, most players get paid off over the length of the contract, or they get paid off over a 2 or 3 year period. Or you pay a bit up front, like we did to Lille, £20 million for Nicola Pepe, and then you go and pay the rest over the next couple of years. I'll give an example. Philip Coutinho, he went to Barcelona for £140 million, which, in my opinion, was an absolute rip-off. Liverpool fully had their pants down on that one, but Liverpool are still owed over half of the money of that £140 million that Barcelona brought Coutinho for. So it makes me laugh, the agenda, the narrative that come across from all of these so-called experts, so-called people in the know, people that work at Sky Sports, journalists, stuff like that, that always make out that when it's Arsenal, it's penny pinching Arsenal. Yeah, it's not penny pinching Arsenal at all. Arsenal have got so much money in the bank, and we've spent so much money on players that we shouldn't have spent money on, and we pay them a king's ransom to play for this club. Well, I say play for this club, to walk around on the pitch for this club, because half of them don't play for this club. They just walk around for themselves. But listen, Sky have said that Arteta's got no money. They're going to be eating humble pie again come the end of the January transfer window, because I do actually think we're going to go out there and we are actually going to go and buy a few players in this January transfer window. I genuinely believe that. I think it's going to happen. Now, one of them players is Thomas Lemar. Now, Thomas Lemar was linked to Arsenal a few seasons back. The £92 million bid, the record signing, blah, blah, blah. What a load of rubbish that was. That was just to appease the fans. You know, we'd got rid of a couple of players. I think Sanchez had gone that summer, swapped for Mkhitaryan. And the £92 million bid was something that came on deadline day and, oh, well, they couldn't get the deal done. We didn't bid £92 million for Thomas Lemar. Thomas Lemar is not worth half of £92 million. Nowhere near. I'd say Thomas Lemar is probably worth about £20 to £25 million, because other than at Monaco, the guy has been bang average in the rest of his career. Now, Diego Simeone has actually spoken about Thomas Lemar today. And actually, it was yesterday he spoke about him. And he has come out with this. He has said, Lemar is an important player who hasn't been able to develop his game, but who has the characteristics that others don't have. If Lemar can stay or not, we know that agents work in an exemplary way. Clubs work in terms of needs of clubs, of the clubs that they're working for. But as a footballer, every time he has been available, he's played, and a lot more than he hasn't played. His characteristics have always excited me, but he hasn't been able to live up to the expectations. Let's hope he has a good moment when he comes back from injury. Now, for me, that's just, he's not going to come out and say, oh yeah, by the way, Thomas Lemar, he's bang average. I shouldn't have signed him. We wasted all of our money on him. And yeah, guess what? I'm going to flog him to Arsenal or to Tottenham or to Borussia Dortmund or to anybody else who will actually pay for him. He's not going to come out and say that, is he? Let's be real. But at the same time, Thomas Lemar has been bang average at Atletico Madrid. And when he signed for Atletico Madrid, I did think it was a bit of a weird one, because I don't think he fits that mould of Atletico Madrid. He hasn't got the work rate to track back. to do the dirty work. Yes, he's half decent going forward, but does he score any goals? No. Go and check his record for Madrid. He don't score hardly any goals. Yes, I know he's been injured for a lot of the time he's been there, but the fee that's being reported for this guy is just ridiculous. We're talking like 40 million quid. I'm sorry, no. Go and buy somebody else for £40 million who will do a lot better than a guy who played in a very good Monaco team that's gone to a different country, a different league, and absolutely flopped. So for me, I ain't interested. I don't want Thomas Lemar. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's ever been good enough. Let's move on to Henrik Mkhitaryan. Now, I did a stream yesterday, 5 o'clock last night. Go and check that out if you haven't checked it out. He is on loan at Roma, as we know. He slagged off Unai Emery when he went on loan and said that he played me out of position. I didn't want to be the link guy from defensive midfield, picking the ball up and going forward. I wanted to be essentially the forward that gets the ball as the last pass, or the guy who's passing the ball to the striker. He don't want to do the dirty work, which for me, I look at it and go, well, Unai Emery was right to get rid of you then, mate, because if you don't want to do the donkey work, why are you here? You're surplus to requirements. Now, he's played for Roma 10 times since he's been there. He scored on his debut against Sassuolo. Since then, he's been out for 6 weeks. He's then come back. He's only played 9 games since then. They put a bid in for £8.5 million for Mkhitaryan, which was swiftly rejected by Arsenal. But I just look at that and think, just take the money. The guy's on 200 grand a week. Let that sink in. Henrik Mkhitaryan is on £200,000 a week. Why? He ain't even worth 10% of that. The geezer's bang average, and he has been since he left Dortmund. He had one good season at Dortmund where he scored 20 goals and got 20 assists, and everyone started going, oh, he's the best player in the world. No, he's not. He wasn't even the best player at Dortmund. Aubameyang was, or Royce was, or anybody else you want to name from that squad. But he came to United. He then came as part of the Alexis swap deal, another masterstroke from my football club. And yeah, he's gone out on loan to Roma, and they want him for £8.5 million, and we've rejected it. I look at that and think, well, hang on. If you're back at the end of the loan, that means we've got to start paying you 200 grand a week again. No, that's £10 million a year. Get rid. Take the £8.5 million. I know it's a negotiation process. I know that that's the opening bid. 9 times out of 10 that'd be rejected. Then it'd go up to 9 million, 9.5, 10 million, and we'll probably settle on about 10 million and say, yeah, cool. Get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Now, I'm going to move on to another player that we have been constantly linked with for a couple of years, and that is Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake, the Bournemouth manager, Eddie Howe has spoken about him. And listen, he's got first refusal by Chelsea. And I'd take him in a heartbeat. I've said this time and time again. They won their game against Luton, 4-0 yesterday. And Eddie Howe was asked about him. He was asked about Nathan Ake and whether he will be leaving for Arsenal or Chelsea or anybody else who's linked to him. And Eddie Howe said there is nothing to reply. He is recovering from his injury and we will see when he is back fit. Well, that didn't exactly close the book on that one, did it, my friend? But at the same time, there is no smoke without fire. He is injured at the minute. They're struggling at the minute. They're in the bottom 3. Yes, they won 4-0 yesterday. Fantastic result for them. I do think Nathan Ake is going to leave Bournemouth, and I do think it will be this January. Will it be Arsenal? Will it be the first refusal from Chelsea? I don't know. Leave that in the comments section and down below and let me know what you guys think. Now, I will be back later on today at 5 o'clock with a stream. I will be doing my preview and my predicted 11 for the Leeds United game at 9 o'clock. So make sure you come back for that as well. Don't forget, all the social media accounts are in the description. Don't forget, drive the likes up on this video. Subscribe if you're new as well. And I will be back later.